Hey guys, so it's a big day. We've got the reveal trailer for NHL 21. In today's video, we are going to break it all down. We're going to go through every minute of it to see if we can't pick up any new details that you guys might have missed. I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. So first, let's play the whole thing in its entirety. Then let's break it all down. Let's get into it, guys.
Picture this. You're one of the greatest prospects to ever come from your country. Picture being thrust into a foreign culture.
The Washington Capitals are pleased to select Alexander Ovechkin.
And can barely speak the language. But you do speak one language that everyone understands.
Ovechkin fires each goal! Cross score! Ovechkin!
Picture yourself celebrating every goal like it's your first. Or maybe, like it'll be your last. You make a big splash, because it's who you are. And that puts a big target on your back. But you don't shy away from the spotlight.
No celebration when you score goal.
You long for it. You command it. You make the impossible look easy. Picture yourself inspiring the next generation.
I was at that game. That memory's just kind of engraved in my mind. Probably the greatest people that I've ever seen.
Picture rewriting the blueprint on creativity, on passion, on a way to play.
Ovi's inspired so many players to be like him. The passion, the way he plays the game.
And the critics who pointed at the one thing you couldn't do.
The Capitals just can't seem to get it done.
Picture silencing them.
He scores! The demons have been exorcised!
And now, all the doubters, they can't picture the league without you. And your rivals.
Who do you think is going to win the heart?
You.
And the next generation. They recognize how much you mean to the game of hockey and how much you love it. So, as you picture your path to greatness, what does it look like?
All right, so that was only a minute and a half, but there is a ton of info and things that we can discuss inside that clip that, again, you guys might have missed at first glance. So let's go over and break down minute by minute the entire trailer and discuss what's new in NHL 21.
First. Or maybe.
Right here. All right, so something new that you're going to be able to do is board play off the rush, and here's a quick glimpse at it, something that I think will really help, maybe even smaller players be able to get by defenders that are kind of flat-footed, which, again, as we know, has been kind of a big plague in NHL over this last season, where bigger players that have the high-end speed are really just able to keep up. But right here, you're going to see kind of a new tool that we've got to get around defenders in the neutral zone. The little half-step spin off the boards, that's a just a nice little thing to have in your tool bag.
You're gonna be your last. You make a big splash, because it's who you are. And that puts a big target on your back. But you don't shy away from the spotlight.
No celebration when you score goal.
You long for it. You command it. You make the impossible look easy.
That's just a sick play. I remember watching that when I was a kid.
Picture yourself inspiring the next generation.
I was at that game. That memory's just kind of engraved in my mind. Probably the greatest people that I've ever seen.
Picture rewriting the blueprint on creativity, on passion, on a way to play.
Next up, so again, like I said about the neutral zone chips and whatnot in the new game, that one that we saw earlier from Ovechkin was a pass bank off the boards to himself that you're able to do. This is a new one that I think that is actually going to be really, really useful, because as you come into the zone, there's times where you're going to get pinched out by the defender. You can now have it. There is now a deke that will allow you to kind of just nudge the puck forward and slide past defenders in the neutral zone or along the boards. Again, something that I really think is going to be a nice addition to try and keep the game going a little bit faster, and again, try and get by those big defensemen. And then here, the Kucherov deke is now in the game, so, I mean, we've wanted some more creative ways to score, like back in the olden days, like NHL 13-14, and it looks like we're going to get some of that here, as now we get the Kucherov goal in NHL 21. We also are going to get the one-timer between the legs for Matthew Tkachuk. And then this. Okay, so this...
And the critics who pointed at the
Yes, the Michigan is in the game. And it is going to be a hot button topic. I feel like a lot of people are going to just absolutely slam it. The thing I will say is that it looks like it is going to be one of the most difficult things to do in any NHL video game. When you are able to pull off the Michigan Deke, I think that it is going to be clip-worthy. It is not going to be that suit flip on a breakaway. While that is difficult, it's a lot easier to do. I think that this is going to be extremely difficult, and I think everyone needs to wait and see if it's actually going to be game-breaking, because I can see, and I'm at first, the first time I saw this as well, obviously there is some big, potential issues here. That if someone gets behind the net and they've mastered the Michigan, that they're just going to be able to throw it in every time because the goaltender, kind of a new glitch goal, if you were. Here's the thing that everyone seems to be missing. In NHL 18, we got something that was pretty brutal in terms of skill zoning. And if you don't know what skill zoning is, it is basically where you would control a forward and a centerman sit in the middle of the ice and just let your AI attack and do everything defensively. And in NHL 18, your AI was aggressive. They would attack the puck. They would hold you along the board. They would auto pin you along the boards. It was a really, really rough version in terms of gameplay from NHL 18. Fast forward to 19, and they started to eliminate possibilities and ways to eliminate the skill zone. The AI no longer held you along the boards. And then in NHL 20, they almost eliminated. I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of people in the comments saying, you can still skill zone, but I don't know if people really know what true skill zoning is, because the AI will no longer attack the puck, and you can basically just collapse and protect net, which is technically still skill zoning, but it's just bringing all of your players down. But if you really want to get the puck back, you got to go do it yourself for the most part. This is going to help. I think that the fear of the Michigan being scored on you is going to be a bigger advantage or disadvantage than the actual goal itself, because if you fake going down to do it, I think that people will be much more leery to sit in the middle and let someone get behind the net. So that's my take on it. I don't know. I want to see if it is going to be able to be done regularly. I'm almost positive it is not going to be something that you are going to be able to do easily. I think the timing is going to have to be damn near perfect. And like I said, I think the fear of it is going to be a bigger advantage than actually doing the move. But again, we've wanted more creative ways to score in NHL. It's been widely known that there just hasn't been, flashy things that we could do like we could in the past. I mean, if you watch Bones on Demand way back in the day, he, exploded on the scene in the NHL community for doing these insane flashy moves in shootouts and whatnot. So I'm all for more exciting ways to score, as long as this isn't just an easy scoop into the net, which I don't think it will, and we'll have to see in terms of sixes, because the sixes is even worse, but we'll have to see in terms of sixes if it's even possible, because again, I have a feeling that you're going to have to be in an extremely precise spot as well as motion, but we'll see. I do not think it is going to be nearly as groundbreaking as everyone else says, and again, I think it's the fear that will cause the most issues, and I think that's a great thing, because again, the people that sit in front of the net and do nothing and try to just hold on are the bane of the NHL community's existence, and this is a great way to counter that. There's no one that's going to sit in front of the net and just hope and pray and give you all the time of the day, because that's in your arsenal. So let's keep going.
You pointed at the one thing you couldn't do.
The Capitals just can't seem to get it done.
Picture silence enough.
Oh, look, it looks like you're actually able to win in franchise mode now. That's a joke.
All the doubters, they can't picture the league without you. And your rivals.
Who do you think is gonna win the heart? You.
And the next generation. They recognize how much you mean to the game of hockey and how much you love it. So,
all right.
As you picture your path to greatness.
Here's another one, okay? So, behind the net, this is coined by Sidney Crosby. It's, again, another bank deke, and this one is nice. And, again, I think this game looks to open up a ton of things behind the net, and, again, it is going to really, really make it difficult on people that skill zone and don't play defense, and I think it's going to make them aggressive. And this move specifically is going to be way more impactful than the Michigan, as this move is going to allow you to, if someone gets caught chasing you behind the net,
Greatness.
the reversal, that's just so
What does
clean.
it look like?
And then this. All right, so that little locker room shot. Okay, so we can now discuss a bunch of things here. Obviously, the grade 8 edition. Looks like Ovechkin is going to be your cover guy here. So I think that he might be the first ever returning cover athlete for NHL. I could be wrong, but he is going to be the cover athlete for NHL 21. I have no complaints at all. He is, after winning the Cup, he has cemented himself as one of the best ever. And, again, I have loved Ovechkin since he came into the league. But let's just go back here. And again, I'm going to hold it here because we only get a short glimpse of it. But there will be a brand new Be a Pro experience that gives you the chance to live the life of an NHL player. So the things that we can touch on today, it looks like there is going to be a way to, kind of a work your way through as you get a completely revamped Be a Pro mode, which I am super excited for, something that has been desperately needed for a long time. I know a lot of people roll their eyes and it's like, okay, it's whatever, it's a single player mode. Be a Pro in NHL hasn't been touched in so long, and it is a really fun mode for anyone. I mean, I've played Road to the Show in MLB for over a decade now, and that's what got me into MLB. I think that a revamped Be a Pro mode is fantastic for everyone that has really, really desperately wanted the mode for a long, long time. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I'm excited for the next year's game. Again, I love the little gameplay improvements that we've gotten in the past, and I think that, again, any way to add more flair and style to the game is 100% okay with me. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, as you will get daily NHL content, as always, all the way through the rest of NHL 20 and into NHL 21. Thank you again, guys, for everyone that has followed, subscribed, everything over the past 3 years. And I can't wait to get into the next game.